Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. It is Tuesday currently. I think it's in between Christmas and New Year. I'm not entirely sure what day it is. I don't know when the bins are going out and cheese is a thing. So, yeah, that's all I know. Before I start and introduce everybody else to our special World's End review show, I just have a pre-prepared statement that I'm going to read under my own. I've not been pressured to do this. I'm doing this under my own sort of steam. No one's making me do this. I just would like to say Chris Jericho is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He is not washed. No one is sick of seeing him on television, and he definitely didn't sexually assault anyone, requiring them to sign an NDA. And I can't wait to see him go on a legendary run in the year of our Lord 2026.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for the mashup between Judas and Joe Henry's theme. It's going to be
Y2 Judas is going to hit like crack.
As the kids say, it's going to be generational.
Oh, what about Yeet 2J?
Oh, Yeet 2J is going to like move mountains. It's going to be.
You know they're going to do a throwback to Y2AJ.
Or Y2 Joe.
I am so excited about all of the Riz that we're going to see in those. Did I use it right?
We don't do tribalism here. I know we're predominant. I don't watch WWE because it's a program for morons written by sex offenders. But
don't do tribalism.
But he's your problem now.
Yeah, I mean, haven't seen the kind of like business plan that they had for acquiring WWE, like TKOs.
Well, that's now we've eliminated half the audience. Should we crack on with
let's get the sex offender out, and then let's wine and dine him until he agrees to sell us the company. Yeah, cool. I'll do.
But AEW, the bad company because Kyle Fletcher lands on his neck sometimes.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Kyle Fletcher's neck strong for sure.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, obviously it's me, it's your boy Big Tasty, joined as always by Jay, Faye, and Ollie. We're all here. We're all rested. We've feasted on a festive bounty of cheese and wrestling. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I've literally just finished watching World's End like less than an hour ago.
Fantastic. So you've got it like fresh in your mind. I watched it once. I watched it on Sunday morning because I had to be back in work on Monday, so I didn't want to stay up till like 4 in the morning on Saturday night.
I watched it live like a mad lad.
It's amazing when you watch it in the morning. You actually remember things because you're not like super tired when you watch it.
I just sleep all the way through it. When I go to Nats to watch a pay-per-view, and really, in reality, I go to sleep, and then I wake up during the main event, and that's it.
Can confirm. I have had a conversation with you when you've been both asleep and awake at the same time.
Yeah, I do that too.
It was somehow coherent and incoherent at the same time.
Would you say you were sleeping awake, like the hit song by the band POD, featured in the film The Matrix?
You could say that.
Oh, there's a cut for you. There's a deep cut.
I can't wait to see POD at Download next year.
They're either going to be like the best band you see all weekend or utter dog shit. There's nothing in between.
I am more excited about seeing them than any other band in that lineup. That's not even ironic at this point. I'm genuinely like I'm fucking here for it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Should we get into the card anyway?
Yeah, let's go. So one thing I want to say before we get into the card, again, AEW, man, they just hit the match timings this year have been phenomenal. So there were 4. We'll go through them very briefly. There were 4 pre-show matches on the pre-show. They were all under 10 minutes.
It was.
They were fine. They were all under 10 minutes. They got in and out. They got out the way. And then on the main card, nothing was under 12 and a half minutes. Nothing was over 25 minutes. They all fell in that like little sweet spot where everything. A lot of matches were like in the 12 to sort of 20-minute range, which was interesting because normally AEW tends to favour like the slightly longer, like the 20-25-minute matches. But the longest match on the card was arguably the best match on the card, which we'll talk about in a little bit when we get there. Sorry, Jay, have you got the new AI feature on where it's like zooming in on you every now and then?
I believe I have, yes.
Yeah, it's really weird. So when I was doing that Jericho bit at the start, it just zoomed in on your face like really slowly.
Yeah, really funny. I just went back to stretch and then I noticed it was doing it. I was like, oh. Let's embrace the AI madness. Why not?
So, AEW World's End, it's the 3rd World's End, I believe.
Yeah.
World's End 3. It's the one where Mr. T kills Burgess Meredith.
I can't believe you've
Oh
done
dear.
this. I can't believe you've done this.
We should also say as well, since you last heard from us, because we didn't, for some reason, we didn't do the last pay-per-view because we were all busy. We couldn't quite get together to sort of record.
No.
We've all been to various live wrestling shows. We've all been to, well, sorry, Ollie. Most of us have been to Manchester to see AEW. Me and Sarah also went to Cardiff. So yeah, I will say enjoyed both the shows were really good fun. We had to get a taxi back from Manchester because Tony Khan's a madman who just won't let shows finish.
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
not at all.
But we knew it was going to happen.
I had
We
a
were
friend
already
from
planning like
Manchester.
halfway through.
Yeah, so
the
halfway through,
show.
I just looked over at Sarah, and Faye was sat in like a different part of the arena to us. She was texting Faye, going like, "We're probably going to have to get a taxi." This was like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have to get a taxi home. And it's like, yeah.
I stayed over knowing what was happening. I had that foresight. I was ready. I had a friend who lives in Manchester complaining about it, sending me screenshots of tweets of like various wrestling journalists complaining about wrestling shows going long. And I was like, I'm literally getting like 5 solid hours of wrestling as opposed
You know what
to...
I really hate? I hate it when you go to the restaurant and you order a steak and they bring you too much steak.
Yeah.
And you go to those Brazilian meat places.
Literally, my response was, "You're sending me these things. I don't care. I'm getting extra wrestling instead of 45 minutes of advert breaks. I'm
But
happy."
also, you live in Manchester?
Yeah.
But also,
would I rather get a train home
Yeah.
or watch, for example, Kevin Knight versus Kazuchika Okada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, you could get an Uber for probably £20 as opposed to £100, like you were quoted at one point.
£71, I believe it cost in the end. Which,
Well,
to be fair,
From Manchester to Liverpool, that's pretty damn decent, regardless of their time.
for 4 people,
At that time.
that's
At that
actually
time,
not that
it's
bad. Yeah. So yeah, I will say as well. So in the co-op, it was fine. The arena was perfectly adequate. I will say the stadium or the arena we went to in Cardiff. We went there last year for the Dynamite Collision taping. That's my favourite place to watch wrestling because it's the way the seats are laid out. It's like quite shallow, so like you always get like a really good view for some reason. And also where me and Sarah were sat, it was right where the Death Riders kept coming out through the crowd. So like we got to see Mox and Claudia walk like right past like the little bit below us, which was great. Sarah got stuck outside while Claudia was doing his entrance, and she had to hide behind someone so the TV camera didn't see her.
We got to see Pac walk right past where we were sat.
Nice.
Like literally, like we bought our tickets 2 days before the Dynamite show, and we got them for £65 each, and they were unreal. They were so good. But like Pac, like literally, like because there was no one in front of us, Pac walked across. Like
It's a pity he didn't bump into Jay so we could call him the C word again.
One day that will happen.
That was an indie show, like literally 2 days before he signed with AEW. I'm sure we've talked about it before.
No, he was signed with AEW. It was 2 days before he wrestled Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I thought that was after. Was it not before?
No, it was like man took a flat back bump on the concrete in Hangar 34.
He ended up with a fucking hole in his leg, like the day before he fucking wrestled Kenny on it. I think it was the first all out.
Insane.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like Nick Wayne, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like,
when he landed on Aaron and broke his ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you get when you get too close to Aaron, to be fair.
But Newcastle looked just good.
Oh, that's good. That's nice to know.
Bruno. There you go. Anyway, so on that note, let's crack in on. So we'll just run through real quickly the undercard. So 4 matches. So first of all, we have the Sisters of Sin, being Julia Hart and Sky Blue, taking on Hyan and Maya World, who it then announced after the show that they were all elite. They were signed.
It's amazing what turning up for work does.
Amazing what like actually agreeing to work. Career prospects.
Imagine agreeing to work for 3 minutes and seeing what happens.
But no, I'm really glad that they're in the company. They looked really good in this match. That they've done, like Tony Khan said, they've just done really good, solid work. Like the entire time they've been in, everyone in the locker room's really impressed with them. And yeah, really fun match. I like Julia Hart and Sky Blue as a tag team. I don't think they were quite ready to sort of win the tournament, and I think they sort of went as far as they should have. But I think they're in a good place in Triangle of Madness. Tekla's a good person for them to be around, and I think they're gonna keep pushing on next year and get better and gel and be really good together.
Yeah, Agreed. I think that High in My World, I was loosely familiar with the pair of them, but I hadn't seen a ton by either of them. But I've been really impressed since they've come in. And I think like the women's tag division is getting stronger and stronger with signings like this, and obviously like matches like this where it's establishing both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, then, a little treat for everyone involved, especially me and Jay, because of the people involved. Eddie Kingston versus Zach Gibson, Liverpool's number one.
Friend of the podcast, Zach Gibson.
Yeah, who we weirdly never interviewed for some reason.
Nah, it won't happen ever.
Here's some info about Zach.
Oh,
Can he?
my watch started searching information about Zach Gibson there.
Can Zach Gibson get me in touch with Eddie Kingston so I can tell him that I love him, please?
Yeah. That's what we need, really.
We've got people who can actually do that other than Zach Gibson, to be fair.
It's so funny. Like, so I saw. So when we went to Cardiff, again, I'll go off topic a little here. When we went to Cardiff, one of the last dark match was GYV and Nathan Cruz versus the Death Riders, which was John Moxley, Wheeler, and Pac, and it was just mad seeing John Moxley and Zach Gibson in the ring together. It's like, my God, that's like someone like from Liverpool who we all know versus probably one of the consensus best wrestlers in the world.
Mox like seems really high on GYV, doesn't he? Like,
yeah, because they're just violent men like him. It's fun.
Yeah, he was commentating their match against, I think it was Uther and Garcia on the ROH pre-show.
I'm gonna have to watch that
final battle, and like all Mox was talking about was, "Oh, GYV, they're great. I was like, "Yeah, they're gonna be Death Riders soon."
And fair play to Mox, he took everybody's shit in that match. Like, he let everybody get their shit in on him. Like, he's an absolute fucking superstar. He just makes people look good. So does Eddie, to be fair. Eddie's another one of those guys who'll just take everybody's shit.
Mox making a fucking last minute play for like Wrestler of the Year.
Oh man, we'll talk about that in a bit, but like he's making a late charge.
Just December, Mox is making a fucking play for like Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah, but obviously Eddie Kingston wins this in about 5 minutes. It's not like a technical showcase. It's just two fellas hitting each other dead hard, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
Eddie wins. He's got that DDT that he's been using, which looks rough as fuck in a good way.
Yeah.
So big fan of that.
Yeah. After the match, we got return where the crowd went mild.
Ortiz is also here.
Yeah. But, okay. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, if they're going to do a little tag team, maybe they're going to go up against GYV at the next show. Yeah, why not? I'll have a bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be all right with them.
Next up, we had some flippy boy times. Mascara Dorada and Bandido versus Mark Davis and Rocky Romero. This was also
always a fun time.
Yep.
I feel like Mark Davis came back to not much fanfare. He's just back.
I feel so bad for him because like Aussie Open were like kind of over, weren't they? Like everyone kind of liked them, and then Mark Davis got hurt like back to back, and then while that happened, Kyle Fletcher became like a mega single star, and it's just well, what does Mark Davis do now? Because he's older, he's not as athletic, he's a bit more of a tag guy.
Let's say he's a great tag guy, so if they can get him back into more tag team stuff like this and actually find him I don't want to say a Kyle replacement, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of like him as just like the sort of like lower down big man who they've kind of like as the gatekeeper of the Don Callis family, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the angry uncle of the Don Callis family who just comes in and like has a fight with people. He's like the uncle at the party who you don't let him have too many beers because you'll just stop punching someone. Like,
as Will Ospreay said, built like a Pixar mom.
But yeah, so as it just so happens, Rocky Romero's tag team partner is also injured, so putting them together for the moment kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, is Brodito just done now? Is like that it?
No. So
because like they were definitely playing up on commentary, like, oh, if Bandito or Mascarada made a play for it as tag guys, or they felt like they were very much on the commentary bigging up Bandito and Dorada as the new tag team.
No, there's still a thing because Bandito came out dressed as Brody when he had his Dynamite Diamond Ring match, and then Brody came out and like literally proposed to him with the ring, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then the last match on the show, we had Jet Speed and Jurassic Express taking on Josh Alexander and The Demand. Again, fun. Josh Alexander, good to see him, getting work. in AEW. He's again another one of those guys who's just like sort of on the lower tier of the Don Callis family, who's like just sort of like the sort of throw him into a match sort of guy. But again,
He's very good though.
when Josh Alexander is your like sort of lower rung guy, then you know you've got a stable full of killers, because what a hell of a guy to have as like your gatekeeper. Also the Demand, what a year they've had. Ricochet's doing the Lord's work in ring and on Twitter.
Unreal.
And Con Toledo are just solid big guys. Like they've really, again, guys who like these are the next like the Demand, specifically Con and Toa, are guys who just proved that if you just get your head down, do your work, do what's asked of you, like Swerve did a few years ago, you can start rising up the ranks, because you get the opportunities.
Their matches with the Hurt Syndicate this year have been so much fun. Like they were proper hot encounters, and especially when Lashley wanted to give to fucking Toa Leone. Like Jesus Christ, he loved bumping for that guy.
Yeah.
And Jurassic Express were there as well. Good to see them. Get them involved. Yeah, great times. No one choked anybody out over a Teddy this time, so that was good.
Oh my god.
No.
What is that Brit West drama?
Just
plenty enough of that for everyone.
Walsall Football Club, don't worry about it.
So then onto the main show then, and the show opens with a Okada versus Takeshita, and I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
I feel like some of the stuff they were doing on this show was illegal.
Like, what's going to jerk the curtain? Okada versus Takeshita? All right, okay.
I went into this show fully expecting a Kyle Fletcher Takeshita final, because that's what made the most sense. And then when I didn't get that, I nearly had a stroke.
But importantly, you did. We'll talk about this in a bit later, but you didn't have to go to the Mercedes Money crash out room.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So yeah, this match was great. So this was interestingly, because they've been building this for a long time. Like the Takeshita Okada has been a whole thing, but I feel as though they left quite a bit on the table. Like this isn't finished by a long shot.
They left
a little cheese in it
on the table. Yeah.
This match went like 17 minutes. Like they've got a half an hour banger waiting.
Which in Okada minutes, that's like 5 minutes.
That's true.
Like
they probably got like later in the year a pay-per-view main event that's going to go close to an hour.
Yeah.
Like that's what's insane about this.
But so crucially, really, really fun match. Like hell of a good match. Loads of really cool spots. Loads of they got again. One of the way they sort of did this was that obviously they both know each other really well, so they were like sort of anticipating each other's moves, and they had counters for everything. Like the Tombstone counter sequences were really good. The Rainmaker counters by Takeshita were fantastic.
The Rainmaker into the Blue Thunder Bomb was
amazing.
Oh
beautiful.
Yeah, that was
beautiful,
fantastic. But then Okada wins because he goes for the screwdriver that's hidden in the turnbuckle.
Which is a plot point for later on. Which
yes.
Which at the time I was like, interesting, but I really liked how it played out later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a scant minute, because that's a really fun detail for the next match. And then so Okada gets the win. And so without going too much into like the theme of the finals of this year's Continental Classic was sort of like, are the younger, and it's been the sort of the theme of like the Death Riders in AEW. It's like, are the younger generation ready to take over? Like, are they experienced enough? Can they win ugly? Like, and that's what like it kind of was in this Continental Classic finals. So like Okada being like,
was John Moxley right?
Exactly. I'm not saying Moxley was right, but like Okada wins with like he's got the tournament experience. He's like a bit more sort of wily. They're both like, and obviously Takeshita's slowly turning face over the course of this, as is somebody else we'll talk about in a few minutes. But yeah, this rematch, whenever they have it, it's going to be an absolute barn burner. This match was great, but they've got a 5-star plus one in them somewhere.
Oh yeah, like easy. Yeah. Like this was kind of like the way like Okada and Tanahashi's first match. They had a really good match, but it was like, this is kind of like a taste of what's to come.
This was the Amos Bush before the main course that they're going to serve up somewhere down the line.
Absolutely. And like this felt like it was just like an appetizer of, oh yeah, like we're gonna now 2026 is just gonna be Okada and Takeshita probably having bangers together.
Bring it on!
Very new.
If what we've seen here is but Okada wins, which is the shocker, because as Jay was saying, like I think we all expected Takeshita to win this and to go on to the final.
Yeah.
Especially as there was no time limits to this match either. So it wasn't like, it wasn't even restrained to that, like, 20 minutes.
No, but it was under 20. It would have fitted. It was under 20 minutes. So next up, then we had obviously they had to get the 2 Continental Classic semis out the way so that whoever won could have a bit of a breather before the final. And Jesus effing Christ, Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher.
A very, very literally on the buzzer match of the year fucking candidate. In the second match of a pay-per-view.
So the longest match on the show, 22.5 minutes. For my money, the best match on the show.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
No,
I feel so validated, guys. I'm just gonna say it, okay?
Why? Because
that's my fucking guy.
Because we're all fleshlights here.
No, we're not.
John Moxley just putting on his working boots and being like, right, okay, we're going into the deep water here now.
This is the closest we got to like 2019 Moxley in such a fucking long time.
I don't know if it's because he was with Kyle and they sort of looked. So one thing I noticed when I was watching this match was like, Jesus Christ, Moxley looks in incredible shape.
Yeah.
I think as well with someone like Kyle, who is like always going to be like the antagonist, like Mox was kind of it in this match, bit obviously not knowing how the rest of the show was going to go, and in hindsight, looking at the final 4, you should have always seen it was going this way, but Mox was always going to be like the protagonist in this match. Like, no, there's no one in the company at the moment who's going to be more of a heel than Kyle Fletcher. He's like, even when the fans are cheering him, he give him like 30 seconds, he'll find a way for them to start booing him.
And it was interesting because obviously Moxley throughout this year, he's been like the biggest heel in the company. Like he held the belt hostage for
months. He has been the bastardy man of bastardy men.
Everybody hated him.
I didn't.
They brought it up on commentary. This was the same arena where he fucking bagged Danielson.
Yeah.
Like this is Danielson the same arena, the same crowd where he got bagged. Like this is Moxley has been the biggest prick of a person in terms of AEW continuity up until. I think really up until he started tapping. Like it was kind of like
it all changed all in really. Like his mentality. Like I think him losing sort of changed something about the way he views what he was trying to do.
Or at the very least, it's been the back half, which is what I've loved about the whole Hangman's rise at the start and Mox's kind of spiral at the end has been like the two of them. Like Hangman started this year off kind of basically as a fucking like. He like didn't know who he was and then found himself going for the title, and it's taken Mox losing the title to find who he is again. Like it's like it's a nice little parallel in that regard, and like his feud with Kyle O'Reilly has been one of my favorites, and like it was a little tiny thing down on the fact that Moxley's now scared as fuck of submissions.
I'd even go as far as saying since the loss to Claudio in this tournament was like when Mox really turned the corner and he started wrestling a bit more like a babyface. He started doing a lot more kind of a lot more kind of like old school Mox sort of things.
He cut that great promo, didn't he, about this tournament where he said like when it's all said and done, you don't want to leave any bullets in the chamber. You want to make sure you give it everything you had, and that was like if you remember way back when, Jay, specifically, that's very much like the promos that he was cutting when he was his first championship reign, when he was like going up against like Jericho and
better not miss
Jericho and Lance Archer and people like that. But
this is why Mox has been the ace of AEW for like those first 3-4 years. Like there was a reason Tony Khan kept going back to him and shit got weird and you needed someone to rely on.
Yeah.
But so even like at the start of the year, so what's becoming like sort of apparent is that Mox was doing the wrong things, but probably for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So he's always been trying to like just make everyone better. Like he did it to Darby. Like this literally started with him saying to Darby, "You're not ready."
Yeah, and that's why he took the belt off him.
I need to take your title shot from you because I'm ready and you're not. And it's come all this way through. And it was always about trying to make everyone better. He was just doing it the wrong way because he got sort of sucked into this sort of weird. It's Claudio's fault, isn't it? Claudio's evil.
Eddie Kingston was right.
But yeah, so great, as Ollie said, a little bit of storytelling in this match. So towards the end, there's Kyle Fletcher just can't put Moxley away. He kicks out the brainbuster, I think, which is ridiculous because I don't think anyone's properly kicked out of that the way Mox did.
Mox chips his tooth hit by his own
think
volition, his own doing.
Yeah, Mox kicked out at one, didn't he? That was the thing, because like Speedball kicked out earlier in the tournament. I think Jack Perry may have kicked out of it as well.
Yeah, so Kyle starts losing his mind. He goes for a screwdriver, but it's not there because Okada didn't put it back. He put it in his trunks.
No, he threw it under the ring.
Yeah, so Okada screwed Kyle, so Kyle can't find the screwdriver, and then Moxley just, for want of a better word, chokes the ever-loving shit out of him.
Kyle's selling in this, where he's like on his knees and he was like grabbing Bryce's face to try and show he's all right.
And then so he goes out like he Bryce is like he's like in Kyle's face like, come on Kyle, show me that you're not dead, and Kyle's just like, no mate, I can't breathe. And then like after the bell rings, like Kyle's like screaming at Bryce like, I didn't tap, and he's like, and Bryce like, mate, you passed out,
you were about to die.
Died. But yeah, Mox chipped his tooth.
He did, which in the funniest way possible,
in the most Mox fashion.
He basically like leant over to sell his knee and just like face planted the fucking steps.
It was great.
And went down holding his face.
So against all odds, again as you were saying, Jay, against all odds, the finals are Okada versus Jon Moxley.
And then I realised that I never wanted that match more than I ever did.
A match we never knew we wanted until all of a sudden it was put in front of us. And then
when they said it never happened before, I'm like, how's this match never happened before? What do you mean it's never happened before? Well, I feel like it has happened, right? I'm not. Mandela effect. This what happened?
I was thinking that they've not fought in a singles match. They fought in tag matches in New Japan, but I was thinking when I saw like the final four as well, I was thinking Kyle and Takeshita's like the kind of money match there at this point. But it's like it'd be fucking mental if they just did like Okada and Mox, but they won't, because that's something they need to build up. They won't just throw that as a final on a pay-per-view. That's insanity. And then they did. I was like, it was literally like after Mox won, the realization of, holy shit, we're getting Mox and Okada tonight. That's
what.
In 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's why I end up staying up, because I was like, we're getting Mox and Okada. Like,
was Jen just like so confused?
She was asleep, and I was just sat there having a fucking existential crisis, going, Mox and Okada tonight. That's happening like later.
Jay just making the face like he's in damn flashes.
Oh mate, I was so confused. It
was so complex.
Oh, I hadn't eaten for days. I was saving all my money to buy shirts. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think out of all of the like potential like finals, I think that Mox winning was probably the most likely for me. But I thought, like, as far as like Fletcher's like year goes, like that would have been the final feather in the cap for him to kind of beat Mox and go to the finals. Not even cement himself, because I don't think he needed I genuinely don't think Kyle Fletcher needed the win. I think he got more out of losing to Mox the way he did and then attacking him after the bell.
This is going to do so much more for Fletcher in terms of his character and story than winning would do.
Yeah,
like, because if you did a promo, he's on a promo on AEW's social media afterwards, which is basically him being like, this is the second time now where he's won the league but lost in the semi-finals, and like he doesn't know what more he has to do. Like he's really like, what else do I need to do to get over the line? You know, it's really, really fun little promo that he got. But it's gonna, like, it's him, the way he's been treating the Don Callis family. Like, he was so pissed off with losing his TNT title and either Okada or Takeshita being there when he lost it, that he put himself in the fucking tournament in the first place as a fuck you. And now he's been fucked over yet again by Okada. It's like, oh, that face turn's coming. Like, I think that face turn's coming. Him and Takeshita, I can see as a face team in at some point in 2026.
There's a whole like storyline, isn't there? Like Don Callis sort of like squandering his young riches because he's too obsessed with Okada. Like he's got this boner for Okada being like the greatest tournament wrestler of all time.
Oh, I mean, it's like look at it in football terms, where like a team gets to sign a player that they have no right signing, and then it kind of fucks up the whole dynamic of everything else. And that's what's happened here. Don's managed to get Okada, and his homegrown guys like Fletcher and Takeshita, and even to like a lesser degree guys like Josh Alexander and Hechicero are all kind of like feeling the sort of the consequences of Don being like so consumed by it, but we've got Okada. Like kind of like Ted Lasso season 3 with Zava, to a degree. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. I think there's a world where Kyle's gonna become like a mega babyface from this, and there's a world where Kyle and Takeshita kind of like split off and become a like good like babyface tag team. There's also a world where Kyle like kind of like teases he's going off and then fucks over Takeshita and then becomes the biggest heel the company has.
Yeah, I think that's more likely. I think Kyle is like the bastard final boss is where he's headed.
I'm hoping Sarah doesn't hear me say this yet. Don't worry, it's not coming out till after New Year because I know I'm seeing Sarah tomorrow. But I think Fletcher's a better heel than MJF at this point.
Yes.
I think that. I'm just saying that Kyle Fletcher's the best heel in the company for me at the moment.
So before we move on as well, one last thing to say about Kyle, I really appreciated his Shredder-inspired ring gear.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
And possibly not the only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, we're all having a lovely time. Should we ruin it with some FTR?
Wow. Yeah, go on.
Because it's time for a Chicago street fight. Is the Chicago street fight the most common type of street fight?
Only because they always do them when they're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Or Philadelphia.
Where's the Chicago street fight at?
In Chicago, you big dumb bitch.
So this was FTR versus the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. Austin coming out with what looks to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style, like Donatello. He's got like a kendo stick and a trash can lid strapped to his back.
He looks so great. It was amazing.
I just love the Bang Bang Gang. I just want them to be happy.
Yeah, I kind of wish Jay White had to come out.
Or just
bring Jay White out for a completely different reason that we'll talk about later.
Ace Austin. Fucking hell, they've got Ace Austin back there. Like, where the fuck is he? To combat Stokely's bullshit.
We knew he was in Chicago because he put a thing up on social media. He was playing Arkham Asylum on his Switch on the way to the pay-per-view.
Well, with those thighs, you don't know how long it takes him to get outside.
That's true.
The dressing
room. How long does it take him to get out of a seat?
Well, exactly.
He just got stuck in his plane seat and he couldn't get to the venue.
They literally need to like wedge him out.
He's got to buy 2 seats, one for each thigh.
Yeah,
exactly.
But the match was fine. It was fun.
I thought it was a bit weird because it was very FTR heavy. Like literally, it felt like. I mean, how long did the match go for?
17 minutes.
So it literally felt like for 80% of that was just FTR beating up the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah, but then like there was fun moments where like that the cash dive to the outside through the table was fun.
Jeez, that was upsetting.
Stokely nearly dying.
Stokely's table bump where the table fell on top of him.
I did like that Chuck Taylor put that tweet out of that going, I spent 20 years trying to be a comedy wrestler and nothing will be as funny as this.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the table just limply just like
fucking whiffed and missed the table.
Dax getting a load of fire extinguisher to break up the submission was fun. But yeah, it was fine.
This could have been 10 minutes and it would have been great.
I just hate that the Bang Bang Gang are always like the first challengers, and they always seem to be like the ones who just get set up to lose. And like, come on, can we make them like a credible threat? No, they beat FTR. Like, give them the belts. Because
also, have you ever heard such a non-reaction when FTR won as well? Like, there wasn't any boos or cheers. It was just like
this is what I mean.
Silent heat.
This is what I mean by the match being weird, is that it literally felt like it was just non-stop FTR heat. And then when they won, it was like, oh. Like
just wait until the Rated R Superstar Code comes back to take those belts off.
That's what. At this point, I'm just waiting. Like, I thought we were going to get it tonight, like the return of Edge and Cope and Christian.
Nah, Father was at a hockey game.
So, because I think we all know where this is going. It's going to be FTR versus Cope and Christian. I just want us to get there. It's like, when can we get to the fireworks factory? You know, I just want to Can we just get to it at this point? You know.
I think it should have happened in Manchester. I think that's the thing, is that like everybody in Manchester was so hot for the Bang Bang Gang, weren't they? Like,
but Faye, we got a big return in Manchester.
I don't want that.
We got MJF. Remember?
I'd rather not. I don't want it. No.
Remember we got him back. Yeah.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah,
so, right, moving on then, because we've talked enough about FTR, quite frankly. We'll stick with tag team action. The Waves of Wrath versus Mercedes Moné and Athena. Like, what a match this was. This was really good.
This is a banging match.
Great.
If anyone's not convinced that Mercedes Moné is the best women's wrestler of 2025, then I don't know what you're looking at.
I like Willow.
I think that this is leading to Mercedes and Athena for the ROH women's title.
It definitely is. It's an uneasy alliance, isn't it? Like, especially like you've got Mercedes starting to lose titles now. She's crashing out a bit. Like she's having some adversity.
Based off the way the match ended, and there was like that whole thing with Athena like admonishing Mercedes.
But that's it. It was Mercedes that took the pin for a change. Mercedes lost the title today.
Yeah, Athena's phenomenal as well. Like some of the like little counters she was doing. Like there was that moment where she like broke up a pin with an O face, which was just ridiculous.
There was the bit where she just picked up fucking Willow like she was nothing.
Yeah.
Did like that like sort of like modified neck breaker thing. It was like, what? How?
And Harley, like, all right, let's not beat around the bush. Harley's not quite at the level of the other three women in this match, but she handled herself admirably. She didn't stick out. She did all the bits she needed to do.
She's had less than 50 matches.
Yeah.
This is a woman that's literally like what she debuted with QTV, right, back in 2023, basically. And it's like every match she's had, we've seen on fucking AEW TV, more or less.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she is one of, if not the most talented woman outside of wrestling in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she turned up to the post-show press conference with a guitar and just sang a song.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's... Yeah. I think give her another, like, 2 or 3 years, she's going to be insane.
Yeah.
If she keeps improving the way she does, she is now...
And she's going to be actually insane as well, because she is just so off the wall. Like.
But I love her and Willow as a tag team. I think they've got a really good dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
They work really well together. Willow just comes out of nowhere and pounces Athena, which is fun as fuck. Like, love that. Just give us more Babes of Wrath. Long may the tag team reign continue. Also, Mercedes afterwards, she's in her dressing room, just crashing out, like screaming, smashing stuff up, and then she steps outside to like get into it, and she's like, "I'm ready now." And Lexi's like, "You've had a really bad end of the year," and then she just goes back inside the room, starts screaming again.
Yeah.
But comes out and cuts in a great little promo and challenges Willow to a match at New Year's Smash, the TBS title.
Yeah,
which is going to be interesting because it's for the title.
I think Willow's winning that.
Mercedes is definitely in her downward arc now, and in terms of like, she's
although
crashing out.
I think that should be the last one she loses, but I can see Willow winning that, and then
next up, then Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd. Man, these guys are good. These guys have got chemistry. I want these guys to wrestle quite a lot.
You know what, though? Yeah. You know Darby's entrance video? It's like he'd just been watching Scott Oberman entrances. Like, that's what it looked like. Except, shorter. Way shorter.
These guys work really well because
Darby's just fucking say his name.
Darby's willing to take mad bumps and Gabe Kidd's just willing to do mad shit. So...
I mean, the second Darby was bleeding, I was like, how long till Gabe gigs? Because Gabe's not bleeding in this match now.
Yeah.
And then he did all of the bleeding.
And he bled buckets. Like, actual fucking buckets. The pair did Darby look like he was in fucking shock going out of this match after the end.
You know what the mad thing about this match is? It was just a regular singles match. There wasn't a stipulation on this or anything.
but it was the most brutal singles match I think I've seen for a while. Like,
Yeah.
considering
I
what they were
thought
doing
it
to
was
each
a-
other.
I had to check it. Like halfway through, I had to check on like Wikipedia. Is this force count anywhere? It's just like no
Yeah.
holds barred. Like what's going on? Oh no, they just both fucking mental.
Yeah,
When
that's what I.
fucking- When
Because
he
I
chucked
thought,
him over the fucking, like, into the announcer's setup, and like
Yeah.
even here on the commentary being like, "Is he all right?" Like, you're like, "Shit, Darby's broken something again."
honestly, like when that happened in my head, I was like, it's weird that they're doing 2 street fights like on a pay-per-view, and then it wasn't, and then only that you
No.
said that it wasn't even a street fight.
So just to put this in perspective, so Darby missed some time because he hurt himself in a match with Kevin Knight at the start of the C2 and had to pull out. And then he came back on Dynamite on Wednesday, literally announced that he was cleared. And then within 90 seconds, Gabe Kidd was throwing him down a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't cleared. He genuinely had to go to hospital.
Yeah, it's like fair. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think Gabe Kidd's probably signing with AEW next year.
As much as I love New Japan, yes.
I think the thing is with Gabe Kidd is that like he was obviously like given the Kenny match and he was given like so many opportunities, and then obviously because he didn't re-sign immediately, it felt like a lot of those opportunities started drying up for him. And that's just the way New Japan is. Like they're like rewarding guys who are under contract. They don't really.
Does feel like he's had quite a down year in New Japan compared to like his 2024.
He definitely feels like it's petered out since probably since I'd say April.
I mean, that's a lot of the War Dogs
Random
in
New
general,
Japan
to be fair.
question: is Driller still in Bullet Club?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Is he?
they could.
Well, his contract is also up soon,
yeah.
apparently. So
Bullet Club existing post January could be a very interesting thing.
Because
Legitimately, I don't see either of Finlay or Clark Connors or Gabe Kidd still being there come
so
their contract expiry.
in my head, I was thinking, like, just to go off topic a minute, I was thinking Finley's going to go to WWE with his brother, and then you're going to put Gabe Kidd in that position as, like, leader of Bullet Club.
that's like top gaijin.
Yeah.
But also I don't see Gabe staying past like his contract expiring now.
Yeah.
Oh, that new Japan subreddit's going to be fucking feral if he comes to AEW.
You could, I'm not going to lie, you could legitimately have a Bullet Club in New Japan, which is just the House of Torture.
Yeah.
They've left Bullet
Yeah.
Club.
They're just
Well-
House of Torture now.
Yeah, but like that's literally the only connection to Bullet Club
Yeah.
in New Japan, because Clark's
Yeah.
gone, Gabe's probably going, Finley's definitely going, so it's just what Driller.
Mm.
Just Driller walking back into the New Japan locker room, having re-signed, like, all right, lads,
It's just him, Robbie X, and like his random but really good tag thing with Shingo.
and Robbie X isn't even real.
Yeah.
And Robbie X doesn't
That's true.
exist. So like,
Robbie X is a cryptid. We know this.
Despite the fact that me and Sarah saw him on the streets of Barcelona, randomly he just walked past us, and Sarah's like, "I think that's Robbie X," and I'm like, and then
That's
literally
like
like 5 minutes later, we walked past him again in the old town. I was like, "Oh yeah, that is Robbie X."
that's like when me and Tom saw Gene Money in Lincoln.
It's like seeing one of your teachers outside of school. You don't know what to do.
We saw Gene Money in Lincoln, and we were like, "Oh, you on the show tonight?" He was like, "No." He was just randomly there in Lincoln.
As you do.
Fun match. Darby Allin, Gabe Kidd, real brutal, really good fun. Darby, did he win it with a coffin drop? No, he got the quick roll up, didn't he?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Gabe would get the win because like
Me too.
Darby didn't really, especially Darby's just come out of hospital and just been injured. Like you can give Gabe the win here, especially because Pac got the win over Darby not that long ago.
I think
Give Gabe the win as well.
Based on like what happened later in the show, I think they're maybe trying to heat Darby up a little bit, get him like back to the main event level.
Just give him the TNT title.
But yeah, and one thing I realized, especially I think it was when Darby was making his entrance, like because he's got the whole like he is Sting, isn't he? He is just like the Sting of AW. Like he doesn't need to be in the title picture all the time. He doesn't like need to win belts. He just is a guy you just really don't want to really fuck with because he'll just really hurt you.
Yeah.
So yeah. Good times. Definitely check that one out. Next up, maybe not the best match of the night, maybe my favorite match of the night.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fun.
So this was the Mixed Nuts Mayhem match. So it was Timeless Tony Storm, Roddy Strong, and the conglomeration, which don't know why they put Roddy Strong separately. He is in the conglomeration.
I
Mark
love their
Bris-
entrance video.
Mark Briscoe. So yeah, they played the like the little sitcom conglomeration entrance
So
video,
good.
and then they had then they played Briscoe's, and they all just came out to Briscoe's music, which was cool. And then Tony Storm came out afterwards because yeah, she's got the cool entrance that everyone loves. And they were taking on the Death Riders, which was Claudio, Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, and Marina Shafir. First things first,
Marina.
how good has Maria gotten over the last 12 months, man? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I love
She's
that.
had a hell of a 12 months.
I feel like she's always been that good, but she just hasn't been in the picture.
It always used to, I think it was just a rep thing for her. Like, it always used to be like, whenever she wrestled, I was always like, because, you were hoping that she didn't mess anything up or like miss a spot or something. And now she just sound. She just gets on with it and does it.
I think obviously being around guys like Mox and Claudio and obviously Roddy and Pac, like she's training with people who are really fucking good. And if you're training with people who are that good, eventually you're going to become that good because iron sharpens iron, and she's literally been like training with those guys for like now over 12 months.
But if you remember,
training with Mox for ages.
If you listen to Mox's interview with Renee on Renee's short-lived Oral Sessions podcast from back in the day, Mox was saying like 3-4 years ago, like Marina was someone that he really admired and he wanted to like take on board. And, like even when he was getting at gigs and like he was getting a booking in
Revolver and that, yeah.
He's been big on Marina for like 3-4 years, and this has been like a real long-term project for him to like elevate her up the card, which is fantastic.
Because he was like, oh no, like I've just finished doing like my training thing in my house, and Marina comes to my house to train, and then she was showing up on Revolver, and then even before she was like sort of in AEW, Mox was showing up like with her in Bloodsport, like he was going to like the ring with her because he was like, she is like my protege. He said
do you reckon Roddy drops her off, but he's not allowed to come in? He's got to like wait in the car.
Yeah, that's absolutely what's happening.
It's like, can I come and hang out with Renee? Like, no.
No. Renee's like, no. Also, Renee doing that thing the other day on the AEW, she just turned into Mox.
Oh, speaking of Renee, can I just say one thing I really liked about this pay-per-view is they had Renee as like a sideline reporter, like down by the ring, just doing like little bits of quick analysis, which...
Well, they've been doing that throughout the C2, haven't they?
It's very much a part of the C2 presentation is Renee do it. I wish they do it more outside of the C2 and not just have it be... Like, I appreciate, like, it gives the C2 its own, like, different vibe.
Because it's more of like a sport presentation.
But it's just something I wish they do a little bit more of.
Yeah. Agreed.
But this match was incredible. This was
so good.
It's not going to win match of the night, but it was the funnest match on the show. Like it was just so enjoyable. Like
and
it just had that party vibe.
After that Darby Gabe Kidd match, which was quite not a tough watch, but quite a brutal match. It was nice to just have. This was like a lovely palate cleanser before we got into like the sort of the next three matches were like, well, the next two matches in particular were like two big hard hitting singles matches. So it was really nice to have like a little bit of light-hearted fun. Like we had there was an amazing. It's what everyone's gonna be talking about. The bit in the middle where Orange and Tony were doing like the dancing, and like just.
I need Orange and Tony as like a mixed tag.
I love that. Like Excalibur was like, "Are we witnessing a throuple being born?" That's great. That's so good.
Also, big respect for Roddy and Marina just getting into it in the ring.
Love that. Can we have more of that, please?
And the crowd proper got behind it as well, because it's not really been a story they've ever really told as part of the Death Riders.
They've never expressly come out and made it a big thing, but they've always just alluded to it. Like there's been like little moments between them where obviously
Marina can't keep a straight
never
face.
like Excalibur's never gone. By the way, they're married, because it's just in WWE. We don't scream things down people's ears.
Well, it was funny the way that like she just kicked Roddy in the face, and then he just like. As she like turned around the crowd, he just chopped her in the back of the neck. It was like fucking hell. Like of all the things you could have done there, that's what you chose to do.
To your wife.
Yeah.
Who can murder you as well, though? Like,
is this the first time a husband and wife have wrestled each other on an American like wrestling show?
Probably not.
It's the first time I can think of. But hey, it was really good fun. Just loads of good moving parts in this. Like Mark Briscoe's, he's good for the money. Really strong, great. He's what a 6 months he's had. Like Jesus Christ, like he's had a real strong second half of the year.
Yeah.
Even the Death Riders like Yuta just become this insane heat magnet.
Fuck
like
Yuta.
people hate Wheeler Yuta.
I hate Wheeler Yuta. Fuck that,
You
man.
guys, they're my boys.
Daniel Garcia is also
That's not his move, Faye. He's not allowed to do that knee. That's not his.
I don't care. These are my boys. You know, like that Death Rider shirt that says "Ride or Day." I feel like that was made for me. That is me.
And also, Daniel Garcia has mad little bro energy. I'm just putting
I
that out
love
there.
him. He's
I
just
love
a
how
perfect.
in this match, all he does is comes in and just puts horrible submission moves on people, and it's like, yeah, okay.
He's awful. I hate him.
I love him. I love them both.
But yeah, 12 and a half minutes. Like it didn't have to stay as welcome. He just got in, did all its silly bollocks. The spirit of Chikara style wrestling. I won't say Chikara because that's full of sex pests. But yeah,
It's your PWG party show. It's your
Yeah.
I expect you had like fucking Orange Cassidy and like doing the hands in pockets. The Marina does it behind her back, and they just start kicking each other.
it is your occasional reminder that AEW is at its very heart and core a super indie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like that in Manchester, didn't it?
Yeah,
When you were walking in, it's like this does not feel like a
Wrestling is-
multi-million-dollar company.
Wrestling's at its best when it feels like it's a big kind of like carnival where you've got so many different types of wrestling. You're not just seeing singles match after singles match after tag match after straightforward singles match, but you're getting that variety.
it's mad that you can go from here at Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd trying to remove all of each other's blood from their bodies, and then here is Timeless Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy doing a bit of dancing.
Oh, but earlier than that, you've probably got the best bit of wrestling you'll ever see in Moxley versus fucking Fletcher.
Yeah.
And then after we have neck murder.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, should we move on to the women's world title match? Because speaking of horrendous murder,
I do just want to say, at this point, it's getting to a point now where the conglomeration might be rivaling the Don Callis family for how many fucking members they both have. If you're like in AEW, either in the conglomeration or you're in the Don Callis family, and there is no in between. You're one or the other.
there are two genders. So at the end of the match, like Mina comes out, and then Willow and Harley come out, and then you just got everybody in the ring, like having a bit of a celebration, which is fun. Interestingly, the Death Riders lose, which I think is going to tell a bit of a story going forward, with especially what happens with Mox later.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting little wrinkle. So yeah, moving on then.
Claudio's not going to try and murder Mox.
Moving on, who likes strong ladies? Because boy, we've got all the strong ladies for you.
Yeah.
Jesus, this match.
They
tried to kill each other.
Yeah, there's literally a spot here where they both just flex and then close on each other as hard as they can, and it's like, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I loved it. Like lariats. We got every lariat ever.
If you were trying to catch Faye under like a wicker basket, you'd put this match there as bait.
Yeah.
Do you like people taking avalanche bumps onto their neck repeatedly?
Yeah.
And
do you like
being
wincing because you're gonna wince a lot?
try not to wince challenge. Impossible.
So yeah, just to clarify, this was Chris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter for the women's world title match. So they've had like an uneasy alliance over the last couple of months, which has been sort of they have like a bit of bubbling tension. Like Jamie Hayter still has this chip on her shoulder because she never really lost her title because she was injured when she lost it to Toni Storm, and she was like fucked over by, I can't remember the name of Soraya's stupid stable.
Don't worry about
Outcasts. There we go. Yeah. And yeah, so she had like sort of thing when she came back was, I need to get my title back because I never lost it in the first place properly. But it just so happens that Chris Statler now has it. She
cut that amazing promo, didn't she? And she was like, you just need to get over yourself because I had to.
And Chris Statlander is just, her thing is just, I'm dead strong, I'll hit you dead hard. And Jamie Hayter's thing is, well, I'm dead strong and I'll hit you really hard. So,
but Chris Statlander's from space, so you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna just say off the bat, I think the wrong person lost this match.
What?
Nah, I think Stat needs to keep the belt. No. In this house, we stand Straplander.
Yeah.
Listen, mate. I'm just gonna say it. Jamie should have won this.
No. How did Jamie win it? No.
I'm just giving the hard facts here.
I think her time will come. But
it's not today.
There's only one person who's going to take that belt off Statlander, and her name rhymes with Miller Mighting Male.
Yeah.
Is it Harley Cameron?
Yeah.
Okay.
because there's
I-
I think they're going to turn Stat heel during this title reign. And
Stat-
have,
I hope so.
Stat was healing it up in this match, to be fair.
They're going to have her worst qualities as well, like
She
through
did
like her
spit on
insecurities and stuff
Jamie.
like that. Yeah, exactly.
I see, for me, and I don't know if this is by design, I feel like the last couple of weeks, Stat's just kind of not really like feeling like it's earned anymore.
Yeah, but I think that's the point. Is she's like getting a bit sort of like
Yeah.
laissez-faire with the title, and like I think it's going to lead to a heel turn because I think she's a bit more interesting when she's a heel. Obviously,
Yeah,
they couldn't have it be a heel when she won the belt because everyone wanted to see her win the belt,
I'll-
so she had to be a face.
I'll be honest again, this might be a bit of a fucking hot take here, but I think her promos have been dog shit.
Oh yeah, I don't.
I think her
I don't-
promos have been like fucking paint drying whenever she's talking. I just switch off.
I've really liked her stuff she does backstage or in the vignettes. Those I think she's really good at. I do think something lacks a little on the live mic side of things, but I do enjoy her backstage promos and the
Yeah.
vignettes they've been doing.
I don't think she's very comfortable in this character. I don't think she's quite figured it out yet.
I don't. That kind of reminds me of like fucking what's it called? The game show from I Think You Should Leave, Chunky. What does he do?
You got to
You
figure
gotta
out what it is.
figure out your thing, and she feels like she's trying to figure out what she does. Like
She had
changes.
all summer.
Yeah, she had all summer. She changes her fucking gimmick every like now she's the Cosmic Killer. She had a different promo like 2 weeks ago where
She was
like
Zoolander for a bit. Remember that? Remember when she was
Zoolander. She was more than a woman. She was fucking Stokely's friend.
She should have joined the Death Riders.
Should have joined the. Nah, she shouldn't have joined the
I
Death
love
Riders.
that.
No.
That moment where she flips off Moxley is
No.
amazing. Like you
That was
can't take that.
cool. And to be fair, she could have still fucking joined the Death Riders after doing that.
Yeah, she could have. I don't know. I think for me, and this is not against Chris Statlander as a wrestler because I think she's phenomenal as a wrestler. I just don't think she's a good fit for the women's champion right now, which is why I thought Jamie should have won.
I'd like to see Jamie win it in England
But why wait?
because I just think it would feel more monumental.
Oh, okay. Let me put it this way: if Jamie had won this match, would you have been disappointed?
No,
There we go. Like, why wait?
but here's the thing: is that because I wanted Chris to retain, but I was also of the mind it was like when Hangman and Joe. Is it the thingy? I wasn't mad that Joe won. I was mad in the way that Joe won. Like, I was happy either way with those results.
And then you made
They were
up
both
that
good.
Joe lost the belt to MJF on this show.
No, I wasn't.
At least you got there.
But to go back into the positives, this match was great. Really
Oh, it was
good.
fantastic. It was
Fantastic
brilliant.
match.
Went 18
Yeah.
minutes as well, so obviously we're seeing what I call the Monday effect, where the women's matches are actually getting time on the card now, which is phenomenal. Because remember when Statlander and Mercedes were having like 20-minute bangers, and now Statlander's just gone, well, I could have a 20-minute banger with literally anybody, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, excellent. Then we got into the Continental Classic final.
Oh boy.
John Moxley and
Can we just talk about the promos before this as well?
yes, we
Because they were fucking like Don's where he was saying about like carrying that scar that Mox gave him for 3.5 years was brilliant, and then Mox's was maybe the best promo Mox has done all year.
I don't think it's the best, but I think it's
Oh,
up there.
I think it was the realest.
It was just because he was breathing heavy, wasn't he? And he was
Yeah.
I could tell he was like,
This is Mox at his best. Mox, no one cuts these type of promos better than Mox does. When it's like literally, there's nothing script. There's like literally, you're just putting a camera in front of his face either before a match or after a match, and you're just telling him to go. Like that's it. Like,
come on, Jay, the best promo Mox has cut all year was when he was in the car with Renee being like, I'm just gonna fucking kill Hangman.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was amazing. That little thing they did.
He did have a Newcastle hat on as well, so I'll give him that.
And Renee's like, oh, we're just going to the store, right? And he's like, yeah, but I'm going to kill Hangman. You do realise that?
I'm gonna kill him, Renee.
He's like, he can't live, and Renee's like, right, what do you want for tea?
Fish fingers, then Mox, yeah. I'm gonna make the life drain from his eyes. Okay, yeah, cool. But I think this one where he's like talking about like you're one of the greatest of all time. but I'm obsessed about this. This is consuming me. I have to win this, and I'm
Yeah.
more obsessed about it than you are. And it was just like,
So someone, I
You're
saw someone
going to
online.
have to
I
kill
saw
me.
someone made a point where, like, I think there's a point. You have to go back and watch the tournament, because Moxley through this tournament's been doing some excellent character work, like, throughout, all the way through. I think there's a point in this where he realizes that if he doesn't win this tournament, then he's probably done in the Death Riders. Like, they're probably gonna get rid of him.
after Claudio beat him.
Yeah. And he realizes, like, he's on his last chance here now, and he just he realizes, he's like, I've just got to lock in. I've got to practice what I preach here. I've just got to become what I'm trying
Lead
to
by
make everybody else.
example.
Yeah, I've just got to become the best wrestler in this company. Otherwise, I'm done for. They're going to kill me.
I love that he's just decided to do that in the space of like 2 weeks. Though he's gone right. Oh yeah, now I have to stop messing about now. And
Yeah,
just be
I got to
amazing.
lock in. I got to go to work, because otherwise Claudio's going to fucking murder me and, like, make it look like a Warhammer accident.
I mean, that train's never late. It's coming. Did you see, like, Mox's promo after this match, and Claudio stood there like he's ready to uppercut him?
All four of them looked like they were going to kill him. Like,
I was just like, yeah, any
When
minute
they all
now.
came in the ring, Excalibur was like, "Oh, the Death Riders," and then like it was like party time. Except Claudio wasn't that like in it though, whereas like everybody else was.
It's
You know
going to be
what I mean?
fascinating when that civil war does happen, and it's going to happen. It's going to be interesting who sides with who.
I'd like to see Mox in the GYV,
With Marina.
personally. I think Marina stays with Mox.
Nah, I think Marina's stays with Mox.
Marina and Garcia stay with Mox.
And Yuta and Claudio.
Use the Claudio and Pac do their own thing.
I have a prediction for a match. I think we might. I think we might get. It's a match I
saw
see.
that. That's
Yeah.
like
So
yeah.
what we need basically is we need the Death Riders, then we need the Death Riders Wolfpack, then we need the Death Riders Red and Black.
Yeah.
Death Riders 2000.
Yeah,
Um,
just think of the merch. But yeah,
Don't say that to me.
it's-
I'll back
it's
all
like-
of it.
it's like when in TNA they brought back the main event Mafia.
Where
Like-
it was only Sting and I guess Joe.
Where it was Sting,
And
Joe,
Rampage.
and Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, but only Sting was really
And then-
actually part of the original main event Mafia, and Joe was kind of
Yeah.
in it, but kind of
And-
not.
Hey, that led us to the August 1st warning, though, and that the anti-pop.
Oh,
Sting was
Chuck
like, I'm going to
Liddell.
reform the main event Mafia, and but nobody answered their phone, so we just got some guys who I found in the back to do it. Also, Rampage Jackson's here. Remember him?
and Chuck Liddell.
You know all the guys who were in
Tito
the main
Ortiz.
event
Tito
Mafia?
Ortiz.
Well, we've kind of like burnt all the bridges with them. Who's left? And
Yeah, that'll do.
we got that guy from the A-Team movie. Oh yeah, that'll do.
Right, so yeah, Moxley versus Okada. Again, fucking great match. Went 20 minutes. Again, a lot of this match was just Okada beating the shite out of Moxley.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
And it was also fucking Brian just being absolutely fuming that the crowd were like starting to side with Mox as well.
if I starting, they were very much behind
Like
Mox at this point.
slowly, yeah, and Brian was fuming.
yeah.
Like,
Alan nearly killed me. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, yeah. I was also angry about it. I was angry.
wasn't.
I was angry that I was cheering Mox.
Well, but this is the first time since the Death Riders formed, really, that we've seen Mox, like, A, work face, and B, like, get battered,
He was the
basically.
underdog. Like this, they
yeah.
said it on commentary. This is the most one-sided they've seen a C2 match. Like
Mm.
Mox was the underdog here, and it was. I think I wasn't sure where they were going to go with this Mox's downfall, Death Riders kind of like downfall. With the whole Hangman into Darby into Kyle O'Reilly, and kind of Mox is now scared he's going to tap at the slightest hint of a fucking ankle lock or an armbar. And I didn't see them turning face this quickly. I thought he was gonna turn face because of the Death Riders jumping him.
But I think it's more compelling that, because, like, again, one of the sort of less believable tropes in wrestling is, oh, this guy got beaten up, so he's a good guy now.
Yeah.
Because that's not really
Yeah.
what happens. But I think what's more interesting is Moxley has basically come around to this idea that he actually can be a positive force for change instead of a negative force for change. So he can change AEW by being a good example as opposed to beating the shit out of everybody. But now the problem he's got is he's created this monster, especially Claudio, but the rest of the Death Riders, who he's now got to try and bring them around to his way of thinking.
The thing is, as well, is that Brian said it at the end, didn't he? He was like, Mox has done what he set out to do.
It's what they set out to do with the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, no, but like it's what he said that he was going to change. He was like, and it's worked. Like it's not because of like how he's done it. It's not the way he should have done it, but it's worked. And that like really fucking. He was like, I hate to say it, like, and obviously that's another nice little layer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so some again, just really good wrestling in this match. Like Moxley's the guy who can just like work with anyone. Like he never has a bad match. Like he matches other people's styles so well. Like on paper, like if you said to me John Moxley and Okada are going to have a match, you'd be a little bit worried because Okada's got a very particular style of working, and like Moxley's also like works his own very specific way. But again, Moxley's just at that level where he can just adapt to anyone, which is fantastic. I mean, I'm not saying Okada can't. Okada's one of the best wrestlers in the world and has been for a long time. Let's not damn him with Faye praise. But you know, neither of these guys were like the weak link in this match. They both like gelled flawlessly and they were fantastic together.
I'd like to see them with like an actual build up of a match though. Like that was the only criticism I had to this, was that because it was like the tournament final, it felt like they were very much like kind of like figuring it out as they go along. As opposed
but now Moxley's got Okada's belt, so Okada's got a reason to come after him.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we get the actual proper like John Moxley Okada like built up match,
there's been tension between Death Riders and Don Callis family for a little bit of time now.
Yeah, I was about to say, and you've got the whole Carl Fletcher thing too.
That's probably next year's Blood and Guts, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Because apparently you can't have a Blood and Guts without John Moxley in it. That's like
Of
the rules.
course. That's illegal.
The rules. It is the rules.
Who will hand out forks to the children if Mox isn't there?
But yeah, then to your words, to your effect, Jay, you said earlier, like what a late charge John Moxley's making towards the rest of the year. It's like Simpsons game, isn't it? Of like he's gaining on us.
If John Moxley didn't have and it wasn't really anything of his own doing, it was just more like what he was kind of given. But if he didn't have such a fucking dire first 5 months,
if he didn't have that match with Cope, we'd be talking about him as rest of the year.
I'd say the feud with Cope, because he had that match with Joe, which was really good. That was like
the
turning point.
The final match, the match on Revolution was crap. It shouldn't have gone on last. It wasn't crap. It just shouldn't have gone on last. They then had the fucking nails on a
fight where he got the nails.
The street fight was banging. That was a good one. He was in it. Then he had a feud with Joe and he had a feud with Swerve, didn't he?
Yeah, he had the match with Swerve where the Bucks cost Swerve.
Yeah, and then it goes into the Owen.
Yeah, he had that cage match with Joe as well, which was like the turning point, I think.
Okay, so Mox has been the core of the narrative of here we go. Mox has been the core of the narrative in the Stick of Rock that has been AEW storylines this year. That is why Mox is Wrestler of the Year. It's the same. It's the same sort of thing that I had last year about
say his full name.
What? John Moxley.
Tasty knows. Ollie knows.
I think you're referring to the proto-star Kyle Fletcher.
No,
bingo.
No, that's John Moxley.
That's a debate for another time.
But anyway, yeah, it's the same reason that I said about, you know what, we'll leave it for another time because I'll just get into it and I don't want to.
But yeah, Moxley, what a 6 months Moxley's had. Like you could argue as well to play devil's advocate, Jay. The work that Moxley was doing in the first half of the year, right? The matches weren't always great, but it was necessary work.
His heel work was phenomenal. It was
the Death Riders prior to the Cope thing, after the Daniel thing, before the Cope thing. After he has the second Cope match, I think it just starts going. Like it just starts hitting and hitting and hitting until you get the crescendo at All In.
Like I think we talked about this with Tom Clark on his show, didn't we? A while back, Jay. Like, is it excusable to have bad booking purposefully to set up a good moment? So, like, is the first 6 months of the year justified by being a little bit naff because it gives us All In?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like us talking about it close to the time where Swerve got the shot, and we were like, "Yeah, this is it. Like this should be
It
it."
has to be Swerve, like fucking hell. Like if he
But
doesn't
This
win,
is what
I'm
it was
done.
like This is what it was like every match though at Mox though, wasn't it? Every pay-per-view match we were like, Mox is losing it, and he didn't.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
and that was important because it put just enough doubt in your mind that Hangman wasn't going to do it as well.
Yeah.
yeah, but also it meant I think like the big thing was All In. They never send the crowd home unhappy at All In because the biggest show. Like they've got Mox versus Hangman in a Texas Death. Like Mox is not walking out of that match. Like there's no way Mox walks out the champion in that match. Hangman has to win. So yeah, to a degree it was a necessary evil, but
Yeah. But anyway, to go back to this, Moxley pins Okada 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring.
Yeah, he
clean
does.
as a fucking whistle.
Yeah. Except for the low blows, which were brilliant.
Except when he hoops him in the dick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okada did it first, so it's fine.
Mox was so pleased with himself, which was the best bit.
And then Mox cuts a promo, so the Death Riders all come out, and Mox is like, you can just see the mood in the Death Riders like shifting. When Mox is like, this belt belongs to everybody who was in the C2 because you all stepped up, and it belongs to all the fans. And like the Death Claudio doesn't know where to put his face.
I saw a really interesting like note about this where this is the first time since 2023, I believe, that Mox has actually held a championship. Because when he won the world title in 2024, obviously Pac came out with the briefcase, threw the belt in the briefcase and fucked off.
Yeah.
And then Mox didn't actually physically touch that belt at all.
And he's even rejecting this belt though as well. It's not his. So the Stiller,
True, but I disagree with him rejecting it because
I don't.
Well, the thing is that he was clutching onto it, like as we kind of like said, like this is his last kind of like straw with the Death Riders. Like him holding that belt, it's kind of like if he hadn't have won that belt, they were going to kick him out.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to retire it, I wouldn't say no. It's all
I wouldn't say no. I think it's much more effective if they turned it into a trophy than an actual championship.
Which it should have been. Yes. Because
but Tony Khan got excited by the idea of a triple crown.
And so it's Eddie Kingston.
Tony Khan has a belt fetish, and someone needs to say no. I don't want to shame somebody's kink, but somebody needs to say no to Tony Khan.
We can't have all the prizes for wrestling matches. They don't always have to be belts.
I thought he'd learned. He's found money. Money is a prize. Use money as a prize. We don't need so many titles.
It could be a trophy. It could be a lovely shield, like they have in English football. You know, Tony likes English football.
Ollie, how upset were you when he split up the unified championship?
Oh my God, no! Why do we have a national title, an international title, a continental title? What to get introduced next? The fucking global title, like New Japan have? Let's have a universal title. No, stop it, Tony Khan. Stop it. You have too many titles. Please, for the love of God. Get rid of two of them. We have four men's mid-card titles.
We've also just brought the Diamond Ring back as well, so that's there.
We sure have.
That I don't mind as much because it's like a once you win it, you hold it until next year. And it's like it's no different to the Owen Hart Trophy. It's kind of like a once you win it and no one really.
Well, no, according to the law, once you win it, you have it. It's like the Super Bowl ring. You just get one.
Yeah. Because MJF had more than one.
So give it 20 years and half the roster will have one.
That I don't mind as much, but we have four men's mid-card titles.
You'll have matches. You'll have multiple tag matches with every move. There'll be someone getting cheated with the Diamond Ring.
As well as Claudio's the CMLL title holder. Bandito's the fucking World ROH title holder. Like
they should do what Atomic do and just make jackets instead.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Speaking of titles, then should we move on to the main event? The four-way match. Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, MJF, Samoa Joe for the men's AEW World Championship, which we're going to keep calling it that because Hangman's involved. Swerve with the ridiculous Green Lantern entrance. Jesus fucking Christ, that man has just infinite drip. Like,
he's awesome.
Also, MJF had the worst entrance I've ever seen. The whole just waving arms.
Have a load of women touch him a bit. It's like
it was very reminiscent of the Undertaker's zombie arms under the fucking crowd.
Yeah, because they zoomed in so far that you couldn't see the women. You could only see their hands, which was kind of really odd.
I will say I did appreciate the touches on the attire they were wearing. So MJF had the golden black dealie, which
is
was
the colour
what
that
Samoa
Joe
Joe wore
Yeah.
when he beat him, and Joe had the blue and black, which is what MJF wore at World's End when he lost. So that was a nice little touch I did like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one thing I noticed when we were in Cardiff watching AEW, Swerve v Josh Alexander was the opening match, and Swerve just is him. Like he has everything. He's put it all together. He is one of the most complete guys in AEW. Like everything about him. There's just little things like he knows just when to play to the crowd. He can react on his feet when the crowd are doing a chant or something. He takes all in his stride, and he's phenomenal. And he's a great wrestler as well. Yeah, he's great. I love him. And like you said, Jay, I don't think it was quite his time to win the title back.
I didn't think Swerve had done enough to kind of like earn that like redemption yet. I think by the time we get to like Revolution, maybe even like Double or Nothing, Swerve's probably winning that belt.
Him and Hanger have got some stuff to sort out first before they get back there.
And they sure have. They need to kiss at least once.
Yeah, they do.
And I think Swerve's seems like the logical person to take it off MJF. I know a lot of people are saying like
Jay White.
I was going to say Ospreay All In, but I think
Jay White.
For the love of God, I can't do another long MJF title reign. If it's up to me, Bandido wins it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We are sort of standing on ceremony here. So yeah, the big news obviously is MJF wins the title from Samoa Joe. Really fun match. Like this is one of those matches. It went 20 minutes, but it felt like they started about halfway through because they weren't fucking around here.
How good was the buckshot over Swear's back?
Yeah, that was good. I'll be honest. I think that Mox and Okada should have closed the show, and this should have gone on first.
Well, they did the title change, so they couldn't really do the title change before.
Yeah, you can, because you did the title change in both matches. Also, they did it on Double or Nothing, where they had the tournament finals as the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I think based on the fact that this had pretty much no build, like. The build to this was MJF coming back, calling Swerve P. Diddy, which was awkward as fucking upsetting. Swerve and Hangman then killing MJF as he deserves. And then as soon as that happened, I was like, all right, well, Max is winning it. It was a good match, but it didn't feel like it should have closed the show. Whereas Mox and Okada, even though there wasn't like any guarantee what that main event was going to be, I think it felt like it was a better show closer.
Yeah,
I can see that. It's just a thing. They like to have the title match go on last, don't they? It's always a thing with AEW.
I like that you were just basically waiting for Swerve and Hangman to be in the ring together as well.
I love there was a moment, wasn't it?
Went wild for
there was a moment
well.
where they were trying to like have a fight, and like other people just kept coming into the ring, and they just kept having to like batter them, like team up and hit them, and then it got to a point like, and then they were both there, and it's like, okay, now we've got to do this, and it's like, yeah,
it was like in a minute, dear.
As you said, that's as you said, Ollie, that's a level of like crowd anticipation. I think the last time I saw that was Kenny and
Omega Danielson. Yeah.
It's become that level of thing now, which is great.
And Takeshita and Okada will also, because you've seen it with Takeshita and Okada, whenever Takeshita and Okada have kind of gone face to face, the crowd's been waiting for it.
Yeah.
So when it happens again, you'll have that similar kind of like. Ooh.
It happened that with Kenny and Okada, though, like in Manchester as well. Everyone like lost their shit.
That's because Kenny and Okada is, as we've discussed, this is the most expensive wrestling match of all time, because Tony Khan literally started a company and signed Okada just to have another Kenny Okada match.
Yeah.
I'd like another one before Kenny's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, MJF's champ, and I'm sad.
I'm not mad at it.
I want MJF to go so far away from AEW. You have no idea. I hate him so much.
What I think's really good now is there's a lot of good faces to challenge him for the belt. So he's gonna have some really good. Just like don't tighten up the promos a bit. Like don't go the easy route all the time. Like he's gonna cut a Mexican promo on Bandido.
Oh, he's gonna say something about ice to Bandido, and it's gonna be gross and. Brody King's going to come out and kill him, and it's going to be great.
There's rumors of him. Have you seen the
Sarah
rumors
made a
that?
really interesting point. Do you think he'll ask Bandito to put up his Dynamite ring
Yeah, I can see it happening.
for a title shot?
What are you saying, Ollie?
I was going to say there's rumors that Omega's getting back into the title picture, or they're wanting to push him into a singles match.
Have him fight Mox. Give me that for the belt.
I think that. See, I wouldn't hate the idea of MJF holding that belt until Revolution and dropping it to Kenny, and Kenny having like that one last big title reign. Because look,
if he can do it, then yes.
Well, the thing with Kenny's schedule and the thing with the AEW World title is, it doesn't need to be on a match every show, and that's that's for the men's and the women's. They can have the champion show up. And look at Tony's run. A lot of that was her just showing up, cutting a promo on the person she was in a feud with, or being on commentary, and then by the time the match came along, it was all right, yeah, I'm ready to see Tony fucking win a belt, retain.
We literally had that Double or Nothing where the champion wasn't even on the show, and it was Orange doing the Continental in the main event. Remember? I remember.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah. We had no championship defense then. It was just Orange with the Continental belt.
Us. I can't remember.
Yeah, but that was the thing, and it was proof that he didn't need even the champion on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, agreed.
Just bear with me. Just imagine then, if you could. So this is going to hurt Jay, but it will get better. MGF beats Swerve, Darby, Jack Perry, Kenny,
Hangman,
all your favourite faces, and it's about a month away from All In, and he's in the ring, and he's cutting this big shit-eating promo about how he's beaten them all. He's beat all your favourites. He's beat all the faces. He's using insider lingo because that's what he does. Because he breaks the fourth wall, and he's got no one left to challenge him. Boom! Will Ospreay's music hits. The fucking roof comes off.
No.
Yes, Faye, it's happening.
Nah.
I can't do an MJF title run that long.
I don't want it.
It's only 6 months. It'll be over before you know it.
If it was up to me, as I say, Bandito would just fucking beat me for it.
This last week has felt like the longest fucking week in wrestling for a while because of MJF.
Yeah, either Bill wins it or have Jay White come back and win it at Revolution.
Yeah, have Jay White come back and win
right
it,
the wrong.
Yeah.
Fix it. Swerve brought it up. Swerve knows.
And
resign the Righteous just so MJF can beat them both in the single in the handicap match.
The thing is, as well, though, is that MJF has this threat over literally everyone in AEW. Hangman, Mox, Kenny, Okada, he is the guy. And he hasn't had the chance to be that person. But he is. If you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I think. I think Jay White.
And the Kiwi noises intense.
Oh, yes.
Jay White makes the most sense. He should have been the guy to dethrone MJF in the first title run.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had MJF thinking he was John Cena for.
The thing with Jay White, though, I think he's got to prove that he can stay healthy for a bit first, because he's had a couple of bad injuries, and
we still don't know what his injury status is at the moment in time.
Yeah,
I hope he's okay.
I do. I just hope he's fine. I just want Jay White to be happy.
I was so happy when we saw Adam Cole on the pay per view. Just even it was fucking over Zoom doing his predictions of this.
Yeah, and then he was hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of me in 2026. So
which was encouraging.
Put him on comms.
So yeah, we will call it there. Before we finish, do you want to give us a little mark out of 10 for World's End?
I'd say probably for me an 8 out of 10. I think.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ollie. I think
8. I've really enjoyed the. It's been these recent title changes have felt unpredictable, but in a way that I'm not entirely mad at. It's not swerving you,
but it's just keeping you on your toes.
Because not every title reign should be 7, 8, 10 months long. when fucking Austin won the fucking title the first time, he held it for 6 fucking weeks and lost it to Kane. Like, but everyone knows when he won it. So like when Hangman won it All In, it's like everyone has that moment, and I'm not mad that he lost it to Samoa Joe the way that he lost it, because I still have that fucking
And he got all his good matches
storyline
in his reign.
Yeah.
Like, he had his good title matches.
exactly that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm then having Samoa Joe having a 35-day long reign, all fucking for it. Like titles, like I love boxing, I love MMA. Like titles can be lost on the first fucking defense. That's how it should be. You shouldn't automatically get 3, 5, 10 title matches. You know what I mean? Like
Anytime you get an
just
extra
lose them.
Samoa Joe title reign, I'm just a happy guy anyway. Cause,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and Samoa Joe's always going to be an immediate threat because of it.
Yeah.
And it also makes every other show and title match moving forward that much more unpredictable, because you don't know that they could just do a title change.
And
Like-
Joe did beat Eddie,
Yeah.
So,
which did make me sad, but hey.
which again, fucking Mox beating Okada. Who had that at the start of the C2, right?
Yeah.
So I think
Jay, you said 8 out of 10 as well?
Yeah, I think when the show hit its highs, it really, really hit its highs. Like all the C2 matches were great. Stat and Jamie was fantastic. Women's tag titles was great. And things for me that hurt it were, as I said before, placement of the men's world title match. I would have personally switched that and Mox and Okada around. FTR's match was just weird. And yeah, like that and MJF winning, I don't like that. No one likes that.
Fine.
I'm going to do an 8 because if I start it at a 10 and then I deduct a point for FTR and I deduct a point for MJF, then that brings me down to 8.
Fair. I'll round it out full house. I'll go in 8. The only match that didn't like really ring my bell was the tag match, FTR and Bang Gang. But I didn't hate it. It just felt a bit.
Mhm.
And yeah, main event. I didn't have a complaint about it. I liked the frantic nature of it. I thought it was very well paced. I thought the show itself was very well paced. In fact, I'll go an 8.5. I'll go a little bit higher than all of you. Just
Boo.
half a point off. For all
AEW shill.
Sorry, that actually check my bank, see if that Tony Khan money's cleared.
Was that what that buzz was?
Yeah,
Is he just Venmo and you're like 50 quid?
I'm a cheap date. Yeah, no, I mean it flowed really well. Like having that mixed nuts match in was a really good like palate cleanser. It broke the flow of the pay-per-view really well and gave us something different. Darby and Gabe Kidd was excellent for what it was in the style of match it was. We got 2 women's matches on the card, which was great. All the C2 stuff was phenomenal. Yeah, I think 8.5. I'm happy with. Yeah. So on that note, we were going to do a TMFA, but we didn't really have one. So what I'm going to do, just as a sort of to sort of serenade off Samoa Joe's second surprise title reign, I'm going to just read you the lyrics to the song "Nation of Violence" that accompanied Samoa Joe's Nation of Violence character, which Swerve made a reference to in Manchester.
He did.
And I felt like I aged 50 years hearing it, to be honest.
If you will indulge me, watch him do it. They never thought he could. But deep inside, he always knew that he would. Yeah, that's right. Game's over. Be on top. That's what he does now. Get him. If you don't come along, get him. There's going to be a beatdown. Samoa, Nation of Violence. Samoa, Nation of Violence. Samoa, Nation of Violence. Samoa, Nation of Violence.
No.
Beautiful.
No.
Beautiful. I don't think TNA hold the rights to that. I reckon we could probably play that if we wanted to.
I don't think they're searching the airwaves for copyright breaches on Nation of Violence.
They might do now that Swerve mentioned it.
So, just in case you're wondering, that was when Samoa Joe had a weird tattoo on his face and he had a big knife, and Taz was his manager.
I remember.
He tried to stab Scott Steiner. It was amazing.
When he got kidnapped by ninjas. That's just what happened.
He sure did.
Well, he got kidnapped by ninjas after he lost to Orlando Jordan.
Kidnapped by ninjas in the back of a fucking van.
Excuse you, Tasty. Give him his full name. We've done a TMFA on this. Evil bisexual Orlando Jordan.
Evil bisexual. Bisexuals, the most
representation.
the most sinister sexuality. Because he came out at the start of his match and he kissed a man and a woman, so you knew he was serious.
Oh, I didn't know
That
about
made
that.
it me.
And he
That's wrestling in the fucking noughties.
he covered him. Oh, that was the tens, Ollie.
Tens,
Yeah,
I mean the
That
tens.
was 2010.
He covered himself in fake jizz because he was trying to
He
perv on
did.
Rob Terry.
Underneath a black light, because that makes it more sexy.
Does
Yeah.
it? This is all
And he,
very
and, he had,
disturbing.
and he had police tape all over him.
See, Faye, this is important. He was the sexiest because he had all the sex with all
He
the
did.
people.
I
And
think
that's us bisexuals. That's what we do.
Because of his bisexual lifestyle, he had a boyfriend and a girlfriend at the
He
same
had an
time.
inherent advantage when it came to
Yeah.
sex because he would just literally fuck anything that walked.
Did they just turn around and go, what was Jimmy Jacobs up to in Ring of Honor? We'll do that.
This was literally Eric Bischoff discovered what bisexuality was and just fucking went with it.
This is upsetting,
No,
guys.
this was like Eric
You
Bischoff
promised there
discovered
was no TM Faye.
Eric Bischoff discovered what bisexuality was via the medium of like a 90s teen comedy.
He probably just did a Google.
Just watched loads of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and went with it.
Yeah.
He watched The Mummy. That's what happened.
He was watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy right then, so
No, God, that didn't go bad. Which is what's really crazy is like, so there's literally a storyline in AEW now which is effectively aggressive lesbianism.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Women's Division. It's
Yeah.
called the AEW Women's Division.
But it's somehow infinitely more nuanced than this ever was. So
Yeah.
But hey, on that note, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Please.
We'll be back.
Yes, let's.
We'll be back soon-ish with some end of year awards. We still haven't figured out when we're going to record it, and we still haven't figured out what's going to be on the shortlist. But we'll get that all sorted.
it was going to be after this, but looking at the time, probably not.
Yeah, I've got to be for work in the morning, so yeah.
Same.
We'll get it in the next week or so, hopefully, and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But yeah, if you want to know what we think about wrestling and you haven't been paying attention to the shows, so you don't know, catch that, and it'll be good fun. So
And
yeah,
congratulations to our men's wrestler of the year. Say his full name.
John Moxley.
Orlando Jordan,
Yes.
Oh, God.
surprise late entry.
Surprise late entry, Orlando Jordan.
Oh, no.
On that bombshell, on that note, I think we're going to call it a night. We'll see you all next time for our end of year awards. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.